Hello, Skyrunner's back with another story time about a bad teacher I had. Thank you for clicking onto this video, and, I guess I hope you stick around. Now, this one was in 7th grade. For the purpose of this video, my teacher's name will be Miss Darlene. Now, Mrs. Darlene was a college and high school teacher, like, originally, but my school had needed a middle school literature teacher, so they asked her to teach us, right? And, so this was Miss Darlene's first year teaching us, first year teaching middle school, right? So we started off normally, like normal teachers. Usually there aren't any red flags on day one, but as the year progressed, she became worse, and some of my friends to this day think she was our worst teacher. Though I have to admit she became a lot better towards the end of the year. The first thing I really remember about Mrs. Darlene was her daily notes and weekly Quizlets. Now, her notes were very annoying. Like, they were maybe 1 or 2 vocab words and a grammar rule that was usually as simple as what a verb or a preposition was. The thing is that they took up like 20 to 30 minutes of class because a lot of people spent ages copying. You know, those like 4 kids in every class who cannot write quickly for their life. Well, that became a problem. And don't even get me started on her Quizlets. They were like 5-question quizzes that were fairly easy, but they didn't even ask questions about like deep analysis of the story, rather just details and like fucking comprehension. And it was really dumb as none of us paid attention to the color shirt the main character was wearing or whatever. So I ended up getting a 60 once on her Quizlets because I got 2 wrong. But thankfully we stopped having Quizlets after like 2 months. But while they lasted, they were extremely annoying. Now, the next problem that I remember was that we started an essay at the beginning of the year. It was a Who Am I essay, something we were doing in our other English class. Like, that year, we had a really strange thing going on where we had 2 English classes. One was kind of grammar / like writing, and the other was literature. Miss Darlene taught literature. And in our writing class, we were doing a Who Am I essay, but teachers need better communication. Not that that's not even the biggest problem. The biggest problem wasn't that we were writing the same essay in 2 different classes. The main problem was that we kind of ditched the essay after like 2 weeks, and maybe 3 weeks at most. But in like 3 months after that, Miss Darlene randomly went like, "Do you guys all have your Who Am I essays with you?" Like, no, bitch. We haven't touched them since September. Like, no joke. We started them in September, and then randomly in November, Mrs. Darlene just expected us to have them. Like, the fuck? Oh, and now that I think about it, the essays were partially on physical self. Like, the entire point of a Who Am I essay is to argue who you are on the inside. But she made us like write about who we are on the inside and physically, which was really dumb. Oh, and we also started writing the essay with partners, which is quite possibly the worst way to write an essay. I mean, it's hard to cheat on an essay, and it's literally harder to do it with a partner. I can do a slideshow with a friend, but we can't write essays together. I think it was meant so that we could have feedback by our friends so that they could tell us what we're like or something, but it didn't go well. So yeah, that was pretty dumb. Now another really dumb thing was the homework. Look, a teacher either has to give homework every now and then, or give homework every night. But they can't be inconsistent. Like how Mrs. Darlene either gave us an assignment every night, or she would give us like 4 questions every 3 weeks. It was unpredictable as hell, and obviously it was mainly just an inconvenience, but it was still annoying. The other thing about the homework was that Miss Darlene never, and I mean never, posted the homework. She posted we had a school website where the teachers posted homework on, and she never posted it there. Like maybe 1 out of every 10 assignments would be posted. It was very annoying, and yet we were still expected to do it. Like most teachers in our school, they say if we forget to post it, you don't have to do it. But she made us do it anyways. Like, no, it's our job to do it, but it's your job to post it on the website. That's why it exists. Now, another really dumb quality of Mrs. Darlene was that she was nice. Like, usually that's a good thing, but she was too nice. You know that one teacher who gets angry when you ever so slightly tease your friend, right? Well, that was Mrs. Darlene. Like, once, my friend called my other friend cute, obviously sarcastically, and Mrs. Darlene was like, "See me after class, boys. This is very rude." And it was pretty funny for me and for my friends, actually. Or Mrs. Darlene is also that teacher who uses really weird words. Like, bitch, we're in 7th grade. We don't know what McFrilly Snilly Dildo means. And she had a really strict policy, too. Like, not even kidding. One day, she goes, "Oh, don't use words like yeah or yep. That's slang and I don't accept that." And then, no joke, she said, "But I accept ja, as that's more German." Like, huh? So English, quote unquote, slang isn't allowed, but German is. What? Or once we had a vocab quiz, and yes, Mrs. Darlene made us take vocab quizzes in year 7. And one of the words was okay. No joke. And guess what? Most people spelled it as O and K, right? And Mrs. Darlene marked it wrong. So when we were going over the test, one of the words we had to rewrite as practice, quote unquote, was okay, but we had to spell it as like OKAY. It was so dumb, and we lost points for it. I mean, I guess I get it, but like, okay shouldn't even be on the spelling quiz of a 7th year. You shouldn't be having spelling quizzes in the first place, at all in year 7. A really stupid thing about Mrs. Darlene was that she made a lot of plans that she never finished. I think we all have that one teacher, but she would like schedule a book talk and then we would never have it. We had maybe one or two towards the end of the year, and that was it. I'm not even kidding. Or sometimes we would plan to watch a movie in class after we had read the book, and we never would. Sometimes we were going to read a book in class and we never did. It was insane and extremely inconsistent. So yeah, that was Mrs. Darlene. I think she got better towards the end of the year. I mean, yeah, she definitely got better towards the end of the year. I mean, like, we had less homework. I mean, more consistent homework. We actually started watching the movies and reading the books that we planned to. The essays were a lot more consistent, although we didn't write many essays in her class, I have to admit. And, I mean, I know she was meant to teach high school and middle school. I mean, high school and college. And you're definitely taught differently in middle school. Like, it's a different style of teaching. But it was very weird. I mean, literally just today, just the other day, I talked to some people about Mrs. Darlene, and mind you, these people were taught by her as high schoolers. So when Mrs. Darlene taught these students, they were high schoolers, which she was meant to teach them, and she still was considered a bad teacher. Now, Mrs. Darlene actually ended up retiring at the end of the year. And yeah, that being said, I hope you enjoyed. Have an excellent rest of your day. Thank you for watching. It really does mean a lot to me, and peace out from Skyrunner.